States was $1 billion in arrears, and we were having trouble at the UN paying the peacekeepers out there that were just making a few $100s a month. They didn't have the money to pay them because dues weren't coming in, and it broke my heart, because as a boy, just after World War II, and seeing the Cold War and watching Khrushchev take off his shoe and bang the podium at the UN. We all remember that. But you know, the great thing about it was he might have been banging the podium with his shoe, but he didn't order the missiles to be launched. Because there was a place in the world where you could go and air your grievances and say whatever you wanted to. And if you listen to people, even though they disagree with you, if you listen to people and give them a chance to be heard, you know, the chances of going to war are much less. And that was one function that the UN absolutely performed wonderfully at all times. And I don't think that there'd be a single living person on earth if it hadn't been for the United Nations. It prevented World War III, and hopefully I think we're going to live to see it in our lives, the end of war. I think, and the United Nations will be the end of war. Well, it's bad for business now. You know, and everybody, we're all interrelated economically, and when you bomb somebody, you're bombing your customers. I mean, that really is, it doesn't make sense. And we're not stupid. I mean, you know, when you see the old movies of the guys with hatchets chopping each other up, I mean, basically, most people want to help each other, particularly if you're civilized. And most of us are civilized now. So I think we've got a bright future. I certainly hope so. Because I don't know where we'd go if we blow this world up. Where are we going to go? We got to take care of the world. All right, well, come on up here. Amir, you've done a great job, buddy. We're going to be seeing a lot of you, too. I know that. But here's one award, and you got another one, too. You got several things here. So why don't you open that one first? Let's see.
After you said we'll blow up the world.
After you get all your gifts opened up, for both of them, then you're going to get a chance to speak.
Okay.
You'll be It's got a lot of good packaging. It's getting smaller. You know?
Oh, look at that.
It's the world. He's got the world in the palm of his hand. Here's the other one. This is, I don't know whose idea this was, but it's a picture of me and Kevin when we first started the United Nations.
Ted, look this way too. Ted, look this way as well.
This one says, Amir, you've done a great job. We'll miss you. Ted Turner, August 9th. And this is Amir, with gratitude from all your friends and admirers at the United Nations Foundation. Best wishes, Tim Worth.
This way, guys. This way. Look here. There you go. Great. Keep that up. Thank you.
Can I have a picture with Tim as well, please?
Yeah, Tim, come on up here.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, step a little bit to your left. There you go.
Kind of shorty here.
To your right, Amir. Go to your right a little bit.
Thank you.
There you go. Eyes. Here we go. Good. Over here, please. Good smiles. Big smiles.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Amir. Thank you. And now you have the podium.
So first of all, I apologize for those of you who had to deal with my perspiration. Let me tell you, the one thing you can be consoled about is that maybe you got a little bit of the partnership fever, like being connected. As Ted rightly said, that the UN Foundation was probably the game changer for the UN. And you know, once in a while, you hit the jackpot. I hit it. I remember distinctly when Kofi Annan said, Amir, could you go with Joe Connor to Atlanta to negotiate this? and I remember we used to come down to Atlanta, we were frightened to death. It was Team Turner, Ted Turner, Tim Worth, his lawyer, his financial advisor, his tax advisor, everybody. And do you know what they said? Can we work out the best way, in the best interest of the United Nations, that we can do this? So Ted and Tim, we owe you a huge debt of gratitude, a huge debt. Whatever I say, whatever anybody says is not enough. So thank you. And I'll tell you a secret. During that time, I was almost gearing up to change courses at the UN. Maybe change courses outside the UN. So can you imagine what's happened now? All of you people here, and I'm very grateful that you made the effort to come. You're the ones who make it happen. It's not us. We're just facilitators. We were very lucky that we had the platform. When Ted came on the scene, a number of people came to us and said, if you work with Ted, why can't you work with us? And the real untold story is that the UN Foundation, through its work, has brought $550 million worth of additional partnerships. So it's not 1 billion. They are on the way to the 2nd billion. And that's remarkable by any standards. And it's changed the mothership. It's changed the course of the supertanker. And it's changed the way we do business. We look at it very differently. What the UN Foundation can do for us has been unbelievable in terms of campaigns, etc. So I just want to say, as Ted mentioned, that the UN Foundation, he's very grateful to the work of the UN Foundation. I'm very grateful to the work of the UN Office for Partnerships as well. And I have a number of my colleagues here. I actually didn't do this. I was following instructions. So, and I would like to acknowledge them. And can you raise your hands, actually? And Roland, please come. So Roland. So Roland has the lead now, and what I'm going to throw you is a challenge. Over the next 12 months, what can you do for partnerships? And in 12 months' time, I'd like you to report a new partnership with the UN Foundation, working with UNOP, to make sure you address the MDGs. Now, I'm sure you know most of what the MDGs are. And don't worry about Roland running away. So, on a final note, I want to say something that if Ted can give me something, so can I give Ted back something. So Ted and Tim, this is and it says, pay to the order of Ted Turner, Tim Worth, and the dynamic UN Foundation team, $1 billion thanks.
Hey, Ted, Tim, get in there, get in there. Right this way, Ted, Tim, over here. Big smiles, guys. 1, 2, 3. Keep it going.
This was just like the check
Exactly.
here 12 years ago.
This is worth more.
We'll hang it up in the foundation office.
Smile, not the eyes.
So I just want to say, enjoy the evening, and once you're enjoying it, you can come back for more perspiration from me. and thank you so much for making the effort. And we'll figure out how you can account for those partnerships. Nicole, who's done a fantastic job in managing these invitations, she's keeping track of you, so you cannot escape. Thank you very much.
tell he would switch around. I made the argument.
So of course,
But I know how it was because I was